Hi guys, Kev here, and I wanted to do a disassembly on the Divo knives Nip Lite. It's looking like the drop will be on August 15th, so stay tuned for a confirmation, but just expect it to be on the 15th, probably around a 1 p.m. drop, something like that. Now I usually do a disassembly before we do the drop, so you guys have all the information you need on the internals and everything. We have done the nip before, but this is technically a different version. We have different scales and blade material. The internals, I think, are pretty much the same, except we now have the wire clip. But let's do it anyway. I also wanted to test out a hardware set to see how those look, and we can kind of go from there. So this is the Blade Binge exclusive version. So I'm trying to feature the different dealer exclusive versions, the different versions of the knife as we get closer to the drop. I've shown the Ultim one off quite a bit because I carried that one the first few days that these came in. This is the traditional PocketKnives.com exclusive. I really like this one with the belt satin and the Ultim. Not an Ultim fan personally, but I am with this one. I don't know if that's just mind trickery because it's a Divo knife, or if it really is the best Ultim I've seen. I swear it is, though. It's just so clean looking. Every edge is rounded perfectly. It's just so well done. The milling, that smooth, clear look. So anyway, and then this one is the Blade Binge version, and this is a all blacked out. You have black and hard anodized aluminum and black wash 154 cm, and then you have these really cool teal accents. But let's say you really wanted to go full blackout, right? Murdered out, chaw. You could, because we're gonna sell some kits. So we don't have a lot, I will say that. We ordered 10 sets of each, and we did get black. So we have 10 sets of black. We'll probably drop like 8 of them. So not a ton, but you know, if you get to our website when we drop them, should be fine. I don't think the kits usually fly off the shelves. Now you would be ordering this knife from bladebinge.com. I'll put a link in the description. But the kit would be ordered from us at divoknives.com. So just keep that in mind. Everything will drop at the same time though. We also have blue, and any of these colors would work with this version if you wanted to change it up. I know a lot of people, including myself, love the teal, so you can just leave it alone. We have purple, which looks sick. And then we have Timascus. Now they called it Zircuti when we ordered it, but I'm pretty sure it's Timascus because I don't see any gray in there for the Zirc. We can double check that since we're gonna take it apart and take a look at this. But I'm gonna go with Timascus for now. And yeah, we'll have a few of those sets as well. Same thing, we ordered 10, so we'll probably have like 8 on the site because I'm definitely keeping one. Probably on this knife, although I might need to switch it back when I do the video for the drop, but we'll see. So we have a T8, it should be T8 all around. We do have this little plastic piece there because the clip will nick the aluminum. So you just got to be careful with that. The aluminum anodizing is actually very sturdy. I tested a couple of them when we got the prototypes, and it held up really well. But that clip is just gonna, you know, it's really digging in there, and you're putting pressure on it and whatnot. Is this bit jacked up or what? Let me just see if I try a different one. It's either that or these screws are not, or my eyes are off because I took my contacts out. That's possible too, but I'm just not dropping in. There we go. Not sure what was going on there. Could be just my eyes. I took my contacts out because they were really dry, and it's possible that's what it is. I'm going to try to leave this as is because I don't want that piece to kind of fly out of there, but let's see if I can get this out. This can sometimes be a struggle because they'll sometimes put oil under the collars, and then it makes them really hard to get out, but it does look like I have an angle there to push, so we'll see. I might need to take this out so I can really mess with it. Wow, that's really in there, though. There we go. Get that out of there. And I can just put this back in, or I can just put it on the left side and carry it. That's probably what I'm going to do, so it doesn't touch. So that way, the reason we do that is because if you're left-handed, now you won't have those marks there. Because on the prototypes, we had these 2 marks whenever I flipped the clip. And it kind of looks like crap. And we want you guys to enjoy these knives and not immediately have marks just because you're left-handed. So we've asked Kubi to start doing that on all of our knives. So this should just, yep, pop off. I am not going to put skiffs in here because it's such a small knife, and it honestly, the action's so good as is. I really don't think it needs it. I know that's almost like blasphemy for me to say, but I don't know. Guess I could do it. Guess I could. There's the pivot, and then here is the backspacer. Look at that beautiful teal color. I really love how those come out. I love that Blade Binge has that cool color exclusive to them. So we need to get these collars out. In terms of construction, very similar to the nip. You're going to have the liners inside, and then you're going to have the scales. And in this case, instead of 2 little holes for the milled clip, you're going to have 1 bigger one for the wire clip. And that's the only difference. So I don't think the liners are compatible. Some of the hardware is not going to be because you just won't have the same screws if you had like a hardware kit or something. But the backspacer and the collars should be identical. So I'm going to actually confirm that real quick. After I almost break something. So I have this box here that has the last of the nip stuff. And I have this stuff that I took off a knife that I fixed for somebody, or I can't remember what it was, but I have a backspacer here. And I'm pretty sure they're identical, but we could just make sure. Oh, no, look at that. So it is different because the hole there for the barrel spacer is different, right? So this pops on like that, where this one, would not. So it is not compatible. I take that back. Now, I'm fairly certain the collars would be compatible because I think the collars on a bunch of our knives are actually interchangeable. Like the mash and the growler and stuff. There might be one that doesn't work, but I think a bunch of them are compatible. And that was what I was worried about. All right, just see if I can get a nail under there. Don't want to be sticking tools under there, really. Sometimes I'll try this trick where I take a cloth and I just shove it through there. Basically just grip it on the other side. See if I can show you what I mean. Pull it through nice and tight, and that'll kind of grab onto that collar, and then when I yank it out, it kind of pulls it out. Let's try it. Nope, that did not work. Now this is not the side with the cutout for the pivot, so I can't grab that area. So if I'm gonna use the tool on anything, make sure you keep it inside this area. That is where the pivot will go, so you wouldn't see it unless you had the knife apart. Really feel like it should just come out. It feels like it wants to. Don't know what I'm basing that on. Come on. I hate when this happens. It's so annoying. Let's try it this way. Sometimes if you push it the other way, you can actually push it out. Kind of the opposite idea. You're basically trying to pull material through so that something catches on it. Oh. Can't tell if I pushed it back in. Man, that's a pain in the ass. All right, now comes the part where I start picking at it. Seems like I can get behind it. Oh, got it. Trying to be careful. Got it. All right. Don't think I beat it up, actually. Looks okay. All right, so real quick, I'll confirm. Just because I'm betting some of you guys don't trust me because I was wrong about the backspacer. I was actually pretty shocked about the backspacer there, but... So, this is the show side. Right there, see the notch. Let's just see if this black one drops in there. And it does, but it does look a little weird. So hold on. Did they change? Yeah, it sits in there pretty flush. Look at that. This one looks like it indents up here. So they might not be interchangeable. Sorry. Yeah, look at that. It's thicker at the top on this one. Huh. Okay. So totally different. Apologies. They are not interchangeable. That's why we test stuff, right, guys? Sorry about that if you had some collars you were trying to use or something. All right, let's get down to business. Let's put these aside. Put this over here. Grab our Skiff. Okay, how do I not have any 5mm? I have some. I just need to put them out. I don't know why I don't have them out. Okay. 5mm 1/16. I'll put an extra set in here. Okay. So they are going to be 5mm 1/16, just like pretty much all of our knives except for the original growler. He who shall not be named, basically. Don't really need to keep these, honestly, so I'll set these here. All right, so clean everything. Sorry for the long pivot collar situation there, but that's what happens. Sometimes shit happens. Everything else looks pretty clean. Clean the lock bar and everything. Okay. So let's check out the Damascus / Zircuti. So here's the back spacer. You guys tell me. They call it Zircuti. Maybe there's a little bit of gray in there. When you look at it on the side, it looks a little bit more like Zircuti. Like this is Damascus. There's different kinds though, as you can see. But these are similar in a way. You can see the, right? I guess it's possible it's Zircuti. I don't know. Might be easier to tell once it's on the knife and I can, you know, check it out a little bit more. So let's do that. Here's the collar with the cutout. That is not this one. That is this one. I figured this version would be the best one to put this on because it's black and, you know, black with Zircuti looks amazing. So we're going to see how that goes. Okay, we got those two on. And then we'll drop this one. This one's just going to drop in. Don't think there's a thicker portion or anything on this one. Although there could be, for all I know. It's not going in just yet. There it goes. Okay. So, we have the skiffs. Let's get some lubrication. I'm going to put a little bit of KPL heavy on the detent track. Just try to put a dot and then drag it around. We don't want to go nuts, okay? Then we have the KPL original here for the bearings. Okay. All right. And then we have the lock bar. And then we have the scale. Clean that screw. Probably be better to just clean it like normal. Yeah, there was definitely some schmutz on there. Okay. Drop that in. Okay. Okay. It looks pretty damn good. Unscrew this because I'm going to flip the clip. It's not tightening all the way. It's probably a barrel situation, so let me get this one in. So now that one's in. This one should tighten. Okay, we are together. So there you go. I actually think that looks pretty damn good. There's your backspacer. You can get a good look at it there. And these will be, you know, they're not going to be crazy expensive. I think we were thinking like 40 bucks at the most for the set. Looks maybe a little off center, but haven't tweaked it at all yet. Oh, thought that was like a scratch, but it's just a hair or something. Okay, let us see where we're at here. Now remember, I put the skiffs in different collars, so I guess that could affect the centering. It's a little off, but again, Could just be the Skiffs or whatever. Now you'll see it doesn't want to drop. And I don't know what that is. So let's see. It's tight. I'll tell you that much. So she said. Centering's coming back a little bit. So let's see. I don't think it's going to make a difference, but let's just see what it's like with the stock bearings. Usually it doesn't make a difference, but man, I'm really struggling to see those. Grab my glasses. Shouldn't have taken my contacts out, I guess. There we go. Yeah, that looks really good. Man, I just couldn't see it well without my glasses. I don't know if it's hanging up on the... If it's hanging up somehow on the lock bar. I really don't think the stop pin is gonna, or the is gonna make a difference. Here's the pivot again. Man, that looks good. Clean in here too. Got a little bit of centering looks much better, but maybe a little bit of play. Centering's a little off. But look at that action. Much better. No play. Swings down. Yeah, it's a little off. I think it might just be, I grabbed this one for a reason when I checked a few of them as I was getting ready to ship the dealer orders. And I noticed that it was hanging up when I was hitting the lock bar. And that's why I kept this one. because I'm using it to show you guys for marketing or whatever. It's not, you know, going to be sold to anybody. So figured it made sense to hang on to it. But I don't know. I don't think it's bad either. But definitely a little off center. Give it that. I could probably sit here and tweak it long enough and get it right, but it feels good. So make sure everything's tight. That was a little loose there. D10 is money. No play. Swinging down now. Feels great in the hand. Let me know, what do you guys think of the Zircuti Timascus? Maybe it is Zircuti, man. I don't know. I didn't want to call it that if it wasn't. But the more I'm looking at it, I feel like maybe it does have some of that gray in there. You know, that's what they're calling it. They've been calling it Zircuti since I first asked them if they had anything like that. So, could be. I just didn't want to falsely advertise it as Zircuti if it's Timascus. So, if you guys have an opinion, definitely let me know. But we'll have good pictures of it on the website, so you'll see exactly what you're getting at the very least, you know. Yeah, this does look really good with that combo. So I think for $100 for the knife, and then, you know, let's call it $40 for the kit, $140. This is a pretty goddamn good combo, but I'm biased, obviously. Let me know your thoughts. Sorry for the wonky disassembly. It's kind of how it goes sometimes when you're just winging it out here. But yeah, I love it. It's freaking excellent. And the more I'm sitting here flicking it, the better it's getting. I mean, look at that. Now it's nice and tight. Ooh, centering's coming over too. Maybe I'm just crazy. I see it in the camera, it looks off. In person, it looks much better. Like the blade is centered down the like right here. In person, it is at least. So I wonder if maybe the grind was just a little off to this side. Now, see, when I look at it over the top, it looks dead centered. So it's close enough for me for a, you know, showpiece like this. But I am going to carry this. I'm going to carry this now and enjoy it. So, yeah. Let me know down below if you're going to grab one, which one, all that good stuff. If you're interested in the kits, if this helped you at all, that whole kind of jazz, let me know. I'll probably put this one back together when I do like a final video. But it is cool to show the kits as well. So, yeah. Shout out to Blade Binge for being an awesome partner. Great dealer. And definitely check out their exclusive version of the nip. It is the only one with basically an all blacked out aesthetic. So, yeah. Love you guys. Hope you have a fantastic day. And I'll catch you later. Peace.